Hello world. Here we are again. Just want to share with you my hypertension salad. That's what I'm calling it now, the hypertension buster salad, just to break that hypertension up. And I've been making this salad for years, this mixture, and I make it almost every day. Not exactly the same way every time, but the same components. And the bottom line is, you want to get as much unprocessed, unfiltered food into your body as possible. This is the best way to do it, so there will be no processing here at all except slicing and dicing. So, ingredients. My spring mix. Now, I'm not advocating the 365 brand. If anything, you get whatever brand works for you. I normally like to get, this is arugula. I normally like to get organic, and I don't know if this is organic or not. It says triple wash, but this one does not say organic. And I thought it was when I bought it. Now, I'm using field greens. I just like the taste of the spring mix, but arugula in particular is maybe one of the best leafy greens for high blood pressure. So that's what I'm using. Now, other ingredients, blueberries. If you look at any list of superfoods or power foods, blueberries are going to be at the top of that list. Next, I like fruit in my salad, oranges and apples. This is just an opal apple, and this is a regular navel orange. Add ground flaxseed. Now, the reason I use ground flaxseed is because, excuse me, let me let one person in. I use ground flaxseed because I don't use any oil when I cook at home or when I make anything. I just don't add it to food. Ground flaxseed per tablespoon, I believe, is 40 calories, where oil is like 110 calories. Aside from that, this is better for you anyway. This has more fiber in it. Of course, the oil has no fiber in it. So I use ground flaxseed a lot, especially when I want an oily consistency. I like nuts in my salad. So I have here unroasted and unsalted almonds. These, obviously, you can buy sliced up, so they're easier to chew, but I just like crunching into them. Just makes me feel good. My teeth are working. So I just tend to use almonds, whole almonds. And obviously, you can buy these organic. Also, these are not organic, by the way. I have some yellow onion in here. I'll chop that up. I love onions. And I have lemon or lemon juice. I don't buy the lemon juice that comes in a bottle or a can or however they make it nowadays. I just squeeze mine, and you'll see how I do it. And for spices, I mix this up all the time. Today, I'm just going to use some cayenne pepper, some turmeric, another supposedly very good spice, and some cinnamon, which I got from Dr. Neil Barnard, who says that cinnamon is one of the best things for health. All right, so that's basically it. Now watch how quickly this can go. So I'm going to take the arugula, and if you have any questions as I go along, just shout them out. I won't be able to look it up on the screen, but I can hear you. Now this bowl, this is like my favorite salad bowl. You see how big this is? So when I tell people I have a big salad, it's pretty big. So I'm going to fill this halfway with arugula. And half with the spring mix. And I already had one of these today, so it's not unusual for me to have 2 or 3 salads in a day. And normally on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, those are my raw days. So I eat nothing but salad and fruits, and I have some nuts also, but no cooked food Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, unless I'm out of town and I just don't have access to like all the fresh vegetation that I want. So, you can see, I have a nice amount there, right? Let's chop up some onion and put it on. Now, I'm using yellow onion here, and it has a milder taste. You probably already know this. It's much more milder than red onions, which I like red onions, but these are just as good. And depending on how rough you want it to smell on your breath, that will determine how much you put in there. So I'm not going to use that much, just shaving a little bit in. And that's it for the onion. Now, I'm not measuring, I'm just throwing things in because this is what I normally do. Now, blueberries, I don't put blueberries in my salad all the time, but again, these are considered like the #1 superfood. So from time to time, I'll just sprinkle some in. You'll see here, I'm just going to take a handful, throw them in there, maybe a little bit more. There we go. And orange. I love oranges, and thank God that the summer is coming back here on the East Coast. Why? Because I have all the fruit available to me. Now, sometimes instead of oranges, I'll put mangoes in the salad. I don't normally use strawberries or grapes. I don't use watermelon. Sometimes I use like cantaloupe. But depending on the season, and now these oranges are in season, put oranges on, so I just peel it. You could slice it in half and cut it, but I normally like to peel it. I'm just used to doing it this way. Not that one way is better than the other. So when I think of salad, most people think of iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and dressing that they pour out of a bottle. That's not my concept of salad. The main reason why people don't eat a lot of salads and plant-based food is because it doesn't taste good. I mean, when I think of a salad, if I'm thinking of tomatoes, cucumbers, and lettuce and French dressing, to me, that doesn't sound good at all. And that's probably more the type of salad that I grew up eating, you know. But I've been doing salads for years. I mean, I've been on this vegan thing since 1989. That's 35 years, 36 years. And I've eaten a lot of salad. So you can see here, got the oranges in. Now, see, this is looking good already. Now, one reason I like to put a lot of fruit in is because when people are converting and putting the apple in now, obviously, when people are converting to plant-based eating, the food has to taste good. And if it tastes sweet, it normally tastes good. And fruit is sweet. So we don't have to worry or be concerned about the sugar that you get from fruit. It's mainly processed sugar that is the issue. Processed and refined sugar. This has nothing processed or refined in it, so I just cut it in a circular motion around it. Then I slice like this. And so may not be able to see it on here, but you can see how it's sliced up. You can see that. Okay, so now it's just easy. You need to chop and see how little pieces are falling right into the bowl. So this has been normally the fastest way for me to make salad. And I say fast because another issue with eating plant-based is that people think, well, I got to cook everything. Well, cooking your own food is probably the best thing that you could ever do. However, you still want to take the labor intensity out of the process and make it as quick as you can. So my whole goal is, as far as speed is concerned, I want to be able to do certain things faster or quicker than if I were to call the pizza parlor and have them deliver pizza. I want to be able to make something faster than that. Why? So you don't feel like you're wasting time. All right, now, flaxseed. And we see this lovely creation right here. There we go. Just looking at it makes me feel better. All right, now, flaxseed. This is very important. It's difficult for me to eat a salad without flaxseed because it's just too dry. So sometimes I'll put avocado on the salad instead of flaxseed. Sometimes I'll put flaxseed and avocado in the salad. And you'll notice here, I'm just going to, oh, and you don't have to add that much, but there we go. See that? It's all there. All right, and I'll be back in 1 second. Yeah. So we have the flaxseed on. Now, spices. I put different spices on my salad all the time. And today I'm just going to use some cayenne pepper. There's no specific amount. I'm just going to add visually. I like hot, spicy food. Some people don't, and I'll understand if you don't. Cayenne, turmeric. Next, sprinkle turmeric on. And today, I'm putting cinnamon on because Dr. Neil Barnard says cinnamon is one of the best things, one of the best spices that you can put on your food for overall health and building the immune system. Okay. Almost done. Now, lemon. I don't use any mass-produced dressings at all because whenever I look on the label, there's always something in those dressings that I don't want in my body. All right, so I just put lemon juice on. Now, there are many dressings that I make myself without oil. I have a whole lot of them, but normally if I'm doing something quickly, I don't make those dressings. I haven't made them in a while. So I have my lemon here, my little lemon squeezer. Put that in here, and you just squeeze away. All right. And this is far better than any of that real lemon or whatever else they sell at the grocery store. I haven't used that in probably 30 years. Right. Now I don't have um, a lot of got a seed that came out of this, so I just want to get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, now I don't have much mass-produced stuff in the house, but I do have something, and I'll show you what it is. When I don't have lemon juice, or I don't feel like putting 2 lemons on, I use a little apple cider vinegar. So because I just want a little more kick to it, I'm going to use a couple of tops of this. So I'll just pour a little bit into the top and pour it into the salad, just to give me a little extra. All right. And I cannot remember if I put almonds on here yet. I don't think I did, right? So let's throw some almonds in. Again, these are whole. Make sure you get unroasted and unsalted. Please get unroasted and unsalted. Roasting is basically frying. Obviously, you know what salt is. Sprinkle some nuts on there. Now, there's one other thing that you can do, and this will help if you're just starting to get used to salad, and look how nice and big and robust this thing is. Huh? That's a lot of salad. This is basically 2 meals for a lot of people. As I said, I don't have much mass-produced item in the house, but I do have some raisins. Okay? And I'm going to put a couple of raisins on top, sweeten it up a bit. Yep. And voila, that's it. Now, there's nothing fattening in here. You can say the nuts have fat in it, but that's okay. I'll take the natural fat from a nut. But there's no oil in it. And as I said, I don't even have oil in the house. However, there is a pie that I'm going to learn how to make, and it's a raw pie, and it does call for some coconut oil. So at some point, I may do that, but that will be the only thing that I would use the oil. Now, when I first started eating a lot of raw food, and right now I'm about 75, 80% raw food. Um, that's what I did to bring my blood pressure down because it was like in the 170s over 110. Now that's like damn near death. Stroke or heart attack. So going raw was like my last resort in order to contain it. And now I exercise a lot and eat a lot of raw food. So this is my salad. This is it. Now, when you start eating a lot of raw food like this, perfect. When you start eating a lot of food like this, a lot of salads, although it's a lot, you're probably going to start losing some weight because you'll have more fiber going through your body, carrying a whole lot of toxicity out. It also carries a lot of fat out if you eat a lot of fattening food, just to get you flowing a lot better, to be more regular, as a lot of folks would say. There's really nothing very toxic in here as far as processing is concerned. There's no salt that I added. When you buy a lot of the bottled dressings that you put on, they have a lot of sodium in it. And even if it says low sodium, still sodium is sodium. There are probably maybe 100 different sodium additives that are put in food. And so it's hard to get away from it. Now, sodium, as I'm sure you know regarding blood pressure, sodium helps you retain water and it increases your blood volume. And when your blood volume increases, that increases your blood pressure. So that's why you have medications like diuretics to help you get that stuff out of your body. So we don't have to worry about sodium because there's nothing processed. We don't have to worry about anything fat. We don't have to worry about any emulsifiers or anything like that that can destroy your gut lining. This is all just regular natural stuff that tastes really good because the fruit in it is sweetening it up. Again, when you think of a salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, and excuse me, iceberg lettuce, that doesn't sound good at all. It sounds very boring. But this is exciting. Now, I haven't even made one of my dressings for you. I just put lemon juice on it. But we can make all types of raw dressings where you just need a blender. So this, excuse me, a little pepper in there. This is what I do pretty much every day, like 19 days out of 20. I'm making a salad like this. Any questions?
So you
No
get your
questions?
protein, you get your protein from the nuts, the almonds and the flaxseed.
You get your protein from also the field greens, but you get it from the nuts and the flaxseed, yes,
Okay.
no doubt. And tons of fiber. The only nutrient we should be talking about is fiber. There's really no need to even have a discussion about fat, carbohydrates, or protein.
Mm.
Fiber is it, because the average American doesn't get enough fiber. That's what you really want. Whenever you have fiber-rich food, you're getting the other nutrients anyway, from what I found. I don't know if any of you know of the basketball player John Sally. He was a champion with the bad boy Detroit Pistons back in the day. You know, he's a vegan, a very staunch veganism supporter, and he's talking about fiber, 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 fiber. Eat a lot of raw food, raw food, raw food. He talks about Dr. Sebi all the time, and Dr. Sebi talks about eating more raw food. And, you know, I just found this out through my own experience. I know what these other doctors are saying, but to me, the gap as far as our health is concerned is that we're not eating enough unprocessed, uncooked food. That's the biggest problem I think that we have, just not doing that. And people are just getting sick unnecessarily, you know, digestive problems. So, any other questions? If not, I'm going to start eating because I'm hungry. So, thank you. I will, let's see. Annette Wells with the thumbs up. Thank you, Annette Wells. Thumbs up. I will put this on tape on YouTube and I'll send out a notice about it. So if you want to review it again or share it with anybody. But here we have it. Very simple, very easy, very quick, didn't take long at all. And you can eat like a kid. And it didn't cost a whole lot of money because you made it yourself. When I would go to the salad bar at Whole Foods, I used to go every day back in the day. I'd say back before the pandemic. At some point, I switched over to making my own salad. But I'd go to the salad bar and it would be $17, $18 a day just to make a salad. It's ridiculous. And plus, it would have a lot of oily stuff on it because I would put grilled vegetables on it. But now I don't worry about any of that. And you'll notice also when you transition over to a lot of raw food that you will get sick a lot less. You'll get sick a lot less. Number one, you're not putting a whole lot of garbage into your body, a lot of additives and just chemicals. You're not putting that in your body, so your body doesn't have to expel it, right? And number two, what you're putting into your body is giving you a lot more vitamins and minerals and things that you need to make you healthy. So, or to make your immune system more robust. Let's put it that way. So you'll get sick a lot less. You have better digestion. Your skin will clear up. You're probably, if you have any migraine headaches or anything like that, that may be alleviated. If you have any type of acid reflux, that can be alleviated. If you have joint pain, that can be alleviated. And a lot of these things happen really, really quickly when you start eating, higher quantity of fruits and vegetables uncooked. So that's it. Stay strong. And if there are no questions, I'll see you next time. And anyone who is interested in learning more about hypertension, I'll be putting messages out every week via email and on social media. If you have any questions, always call me, contact me, let me know what's going on. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.